is equal to 2, that we know. So, if we have only 3 quantum numbers, the principal quantum number, the azimuthal quantum number, and the magnetic quantum number, we can reach the orbital only, but we cannot identify the electron. Suppose there are 2 electrons, in the orbital, then how can we identify the electrons? So to identify an electron, we need one more quantum number, and that is called the spin quantum number. So spin quantum number is used to identify the electron present in an orbital. You know, when the electron is revolving around the nucleus, it is spinning also. The spinning is just like the spinning of a top. There is spinning of the electron. The electron is revolving around the nucleus through the orbitals, that is right. At the same time, when the electron is revolving around the nucleus, the electrons will be spinning also. All the spinning electrons are revolving around the nucleus. The spin of the electron may be in the clockwise direction, or the spin of the electron may be in the anti-clockwise direction. So to identify the electron, we need one more quantum number, and that is called the spin quantum number. So spin quantum number is needed to identify an electron present in an orbital. The electrons in an orbital, will be having the same n value, the same L value, and the same m value also. But from these values, we cannot identify the electron. So to identify electron, we need one more quantum number, and it is called the spin quantum number. It is denoted by ms, or sometimes it is given simply as S. Only S is given. Similarly, magnetic quantum number can be represented by small m only. So there is a spin quantum number. So let us think of the spin quantum number of electrons. The electrons in an orbital can have only 2 spin quantum numbers. The electrons can have 2 spin quantum numbers. So spin quantum number S or ms, it may be either plus half or minus half. That is the spin quantum number of the electron. The electron spinning in the clockwise direction will be having the spin quantum number plus half. The electron spinning in the anti-clockwise direction will be having the spin quantum number minus half. So, electrons can have 2 spin quantum numbers also. Only 2 spin quantum numbers, either plus half or minus half. So, if we get the principal quantum number, the azimuthal quantum number, the magnetic quantum number, and then the spin quantum number also, then we can easily identify the electron. So the electrons can be identified or characterized with the help of 4 quantum numbers. An orbital can be characterized with the help of 3 quantum numbers. But an electron can be characterized with the help of 4 quantum numbers. Principal quantum number, the orbit; azimuthal quantum number, reception; magnetic quantum number, the orbital. And suppose there are 2 electrons in the orbital, and we have to identify which electron we require. Is it the electron spinning in the clockwise direction or the electron spinning in the anti-clockwise direction? And to identify that electron, we need a spin quantum number also, plus half or minus half. If the electron is having the spin quantum number plus half, then we can say, this is the electron that is spinning in the clockwise direction. If the spin quantum number is equal to minus half, then we can say, this is the electron revolving, the spinning in the anti-clockwise direction. So spin quantum number is required to identify the two electrons present in an orbital. If there are two electrons in an orbital, then the spin quantum numbers will be plus half or minus half. They will be having spin quantum numbers plus half and minus half. And if the two electrons are having the spin quantum numbers plus half and minus half, then we say the electrons are paired. They are spin paired electrons. They are paired electrons, spin paired electrons, plus half and minus half. Spin paired electrons, which are having the opposite spins, the opposite spin quantum numbers also. Okay, so to identify an electron, we need one more quantum number, and the quantum number is Krishna Chandran, which is the new quantum number needed to identify the electron.
Spin quantum.
Spin quantum number is also needed. Dia, Aryan, Steffi, and say Michael, Meenakshi, all of you please come on the screen. Let me see your face. Okay. So we need 4 quantum numbers to identify the electron. But to identify the orbital, we need only 3 quantum numbers. The two electrons present in an orbital, that is the maximum capacity, that is the maximum possible number of electrons in an orbital. And if there are 2 electrons in an orbital, the principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, and the magnetic quantum number, these 3 values will be the same for the 2 electrons, no doubt. The 2 electrons in an orbital will be having the same values for N, L, and M. But their spin quantum numbers will be different, either plus half or a minus half. And if the spin quantum numbers are opposite, plus half and minus half, then we say the electrons are paired electrons. So the paired electrons will be having the spin quantum number values, plus half and minus half. Okay, now let us say the next point, and that is about the degenerate orbitals. Let us see what are degenerate orbitals. Degenerate orbitals. Let us go to the orbitals of a subshell. A subshell. You know, in the S subshell, there is only one orbital. There is only one orbital. We have studied this already. In the P subshell, 3 orbitals are possible. 3 orbitals. There are 3 orbitals in the P subshell. And they are Px orbital, then Py orbital, and P, which is Pz orbital. Px, Py, and Pz orbitals. 3 orbitals are possible. In the P subshell, 3 orbitals are possible. Okay. Now you come to the D. Do you remember? 5 orbitals are possible. 5 orbitals are possible. You come to the F subshell, 7 orbitals are possible. Okay, 7 orbitals. Now, you come to the energies of these orbitals in a subshell. the energy of the orbitals in a given subshell. You come to the p subshell, or come to the d subshell, or come to the f subshell. Come to the p subshell first. You know, in the p subshell there are 3 orbitals. As you know, they are px, py, pz mutually perpendicular along the 3 perpendicular axes in the Cartesian system, and they will be having the dumbbell shape also. All these things we know. But these 3 orbitals in the p subshell, will be having the same energy. For example, you take a tau px, then tau py, and tau pz. The 3 orbitals in the which level? Tau p level. In the tau p level, tau p subshell. In the tau p subshell, 3 orbitals are possible: tau px, tau py, and tau pz. And these orbitals are having the same energy. These are having the same energy. And the orbitals with the same energy, they are called degenerate orbitals. So what are degenerate orbitals? These are the orbitals with the same energy. Degenerate orbitals are the orbitals with the same energy. And so they are the orbitals of the same subshell. They are the orbitals of the same subshell. Then only they will be having the same energy. As you know, for hydrogen, the energy of an electron can be determined with the help of the principal quantum number. But in the case of a multi-electron species, to get the energy of an electron, we need principal quantum number as well as azimuthal quantum number. Or the energy of an electron can be determined with the help of the principal quantum number and the azimuthal quantum number. That is, N and L, both these values are needed to determine the energy of an electron in a multi-electron species. Multi-electron means a species, an atom in which there is more than 1 electron. Hydrogen has only 1 electron. So, for hydrogen and hydrogen-like atoms, that means a species or an atom with 1 electron, the energy is determined by the principal quantum number only. But in the multi-electron species, that means an atom with more than 1 electron, the energy can be determined only with the help of the principal and the secondary or azimuthal quantum number. Also, we need both N and L values. The energy is determined by both N and L values. Okay. So you come to the subshell. A subshell, the orbitals in a subshell will be having the same energy. And the orbitals with the same energy are called degenerate orbitals. The question is, what are degenerate orbitals? They are the orbitals with, come on, Lydia, same energy. These are the orbitals of the same subshell. These are the orbitals of the same subshell. Say, for example, tau px, tau py, tau pz. Or they are having the same energy. So it is a set of tau px, tau py, tau pz. That is a set of degenerate orbitals. You can take another set. For example, say 3 3px, then 3py, and 3pz, another set of p orbitals that will be having the same energy, and that is another set of degenerate orbitals. Remember that 2px, 2py, 2pz, that is one set of degenerate orbitals, while 3px, 3py, 3pz, that constitute another set of degenerate orbitals. Don't think that all these orbitals in all the p levels are having the same energy. That is not the meaning. The orbitals of the same subshell will be having the same energy. So that is why I say 2px, 2py, 2pz, degenerate orbitals, 3px, 3py, 3pz, another set of degenerate orbitals. Similarly, you can take, say, d orbitals. No, in the d level, there are 5 orbitals. 5 orbitals are possible. 5 orbitals are possible. And we know these 5 d orbitals are, do you remember? They are d, x, y, d, x, z, then d, y, z, then d, x square minus y square, and d, z square. These are the 5 d orbitals. Now, the d orbitals begin from which d? Yes, Krishna?
3.
3D onwards. So we can write 3D xy, 3D xz, 3D yz, 3D x square minus y square, and 3D z square. And that is a set of degenerate orbitals. Okay. If it is 4D, that is another set. So the orbitals with same energy are called degenerate orbitals. Normally these are the orbitals of the same subshell. So the orbitals in the 2p level, a set of degenerate orbitals. The orbitals in the 3d level, that is a set of degenerate orbitals. The orbitals in the 4f level, 7 are there, and these are another set of degenerate orbitals. Now, you have got an idea about the degenerate orbitals. Got it? It's okay. So, I told you that the energy of an orbital is determined by both n and l values in the multi-electron species. Energy is determined by these two values, n and l values. You know how to write the electronic configuration of an atom. Say in the 10th standard you are written K shell is equal to 2, L shell is equal to 8, etc. You are written. Only the shell-wise, orbit-wise arrangement of electrons we have studied so far. Now we are going to give the electronic configuration orbital-wise. The orbital-wise, because electrons are now in the orbitals, not in the orbits. So let us say the orbital-wise arrangement of electrons. And the orbital-wise arrangement of electrons, that is given by a principle that is known as the Obo principle. That is known as the Obo, A-U-F, of Bohr. And you read it as Obo, the Obo principle. The meaning of Obo, that is to build up. And so it is called the building up principle. Building up principle. Obo principle or building up principle. So based on the Obo principle or the building up principle, we can write the electronic configurations of atoms. According to the Obo principle or the building up principle, in the ground state, normal state, in the ground state of atoms, the orbitals are filled in the increasing order of their energy. The orbitals, the orbitals are filled. The electrons are in the orbitals. So the orbitals are filled. Orbitals are filled in the increasing order. In the increasing order of their energies. Increasing order of their energies. Increasing order of energy. So we have to get the energy of the various orbitals. And to determine the energy of the various orbitals, we have to consider both N and L values. N and L values. The orbital width or the subshell width, smaller N plus L value, that is point number 1. Smaller N plus L, that is called N plus L rule. Smaller N plus L value is having the lower energy. Smaller N plus L value is having lower energy. So first we have to think of the N plus L value. From the N plus L value, we can determine the energy of the orbital. Remember, according to the Obo principle or the building up principle, in atoms, electrons are arranged in the increasing order of the energies of the orbitals, or the orbitals are filled in the increasing order of energy of the orbitals. So we must know the order of energy. First, the orbital with the lowest energy is filled, and if there is excess electron, it enters the next higher energy level. If that level is filled, if there is excess electron, that enters the next higher energy level, like that. So in the atoms, orbitals are filled in the increasing order of their energies. And the energy of the orbital is determined by N plus N value, N plus L value. That is called the N plus L rule. The orbital with smaller N plus L value is having the lower energy. So first to think of the N plus L value, that is in the case of the multi-electron species. In the atoms, say we have in the first shell, there is a 1s orbital. In the second shell, there will be 2s and 2p orbitals. In the third shell, there will be a 3s, 3p and 3d. Okay. In the fourth, there will be 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. These are the various orbitals present in the various shells. First shell, there is only one orbital, 1s. Second, there are two types of orbital, two subshells are there, 2s and 2p. Then third shell, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4s, 4p, 4d, and 4f. And 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f, 5g. These are the various orbitals possible in the various shells or orbits. And we must know the energies of these orbitals. For that, you consider the N plus L value. For example, You take, say, two orbitals, 4s, two orbitals, 4s and 4s and 3d. You take these two values, these two orbitals, 3d and 4s. Which is having the lower energy? Which is having the lower energy? As you know, it is clear that the principal quantum number is n, which is a smaller value, and definitely it is having the lower energy in the case of hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom, it is true. But in the multi-electron species, the principal quantum number only cannot determine the energy. The energy is determined by the sum of n and l values, n plus l value. You take a 3d and 4s, which is having the lower energy. You take a 3d, what will be the n plus l value? Who is going to say? Anthony, 3d. What is the principal quantum number? 3d orbital. Anthony, do you get me? You cannot? Oh, there is some problem with me. Okay, 3d, the principal quantum number is 3. In 3d, the principal quantum number is equal to 3 and plus L. That is the azimuthal quantum number.
2.
For what is the azimuthal quantum number? Diya. Azimuthal quantum number. S, P, D, F, G, H, R. Come on. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Now tell me. You must have this background. Without having this background, we cannot build up chemistry. Remember that. What is the N value of a D?
2.
What? You said 3?
2.
2. Okay. 0, 1, 2. S, P, D. That is equal to 2. So, the value is equal to N plus L value is equal to 5. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes,
Now
sir.
come to 4s. 4s, Riya. You find out the N plus L value. Principal quantum number, it is done.
4.
Other is 4 plus, come on,
3.
0. 0. It is 0. 4s, the L value is 0. Oh, my dear children, my dear friends, you remember the sequence. Remember the sequence. You just mark in your brain, your memory, your mind. S, P, D, F, G, H. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Correlate. Correlate. Very simple. S, 0, P, 1. Say like that. Okay. So for us, the azimuthal quantum number L is equal to 0, and therefore N plus L, that is equal to 4. So which is having lower N plus L value?
4s.
4s is having lower N plus L value, and therefore which is having lower energy? Come on, you complete.
4s.
4s. So energy of 4s is less than the energy of 3d. So before entering the 3d orbitals, the electrons must go to the 4s orbital. Only after the 4s orbital is completed, the remaining electron will go to the 3d level. Is it okay? Do you get me, friends?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, you take, say, 4F, another set given, example given, say, 3D and 4P you take. 3D and 4P, you take these two. 3D and 4P, you take these two values. 3D and 4P you take. And which is having the lower energy. You come to 3D, N plus L. Yes, come on, Vidur.
5.
Value is 5. 3D, principal quantum number is equal to 3 plus D, S, P, D, 0, 1, 2.
2.
So that is equal to 5. Okay. N plus L value is equal to 5. We come to 4P. 4P, principal quantum number is equal to 4.
4.
Yes. P. Yes, P. 0, 1. That is equal to
4 plus 1, 5.
5. So both are having the same value. So what we have to do? In that case, another rule comes. If the orbitals are having the same N plus L value, then the orbital with lower principal quantum number will be having lower energy. So, lower N value will be having lower energy. Lower N value will be having lower energy. That is the second rule. You just remember two rules only to write the electronic configuration. The first one is this. The electrons are arranged in the increasing order of their energies. The orbitals are filled in the increasing order of their energies. And how to get the energy order? To get the energy order, you just think of two rules. One is two rules regarding N plus L. The rules are this. N plus L, lower value, that is having lower energy. Second rule, if the N plus L values same, then lower N value will be having lower energy. If it is so, you compare 3D and 4P, which is having lower energy. Vidur? I repeat, if the N plus L value is the same, then the orbital with smaller N value will be having lower energy. Clear? Is it all right? Vidur, now you say 3D and 4P, which is having lower energy. Vidur is not there. Not there. Then Dia can help. Which is having lower energy. Dia, you are not getting me. Anthony, you can say. Which is having lower energy. Anthony? Anthony is not there. Achut?
3D, sir.
3D is having lower energy. 3D. So, 3D is having lower energy. So, energy of 3D less than energy of 4P. So, before entering the 4P level, the electrons have to enter the 3D level. Then the 3D level is completed. If excess electrons are there, they can enter the 4P level. Okay, and that is the Obo principle. You got it? You come to the Obo principle again. Obo principle. What is the Obo principle? The building up principle? Emmanuel? Yes. Come on, you say something. Don't worry, man. You say. What is it talking about? The Obo principle, the building up principle? It is talking about the building up of an atom. Building up of an atom. By building up an atom, we mean the electronic configuration. Okay? Then, According to the Obo principle, the orbitals are filled with electrons in the increasing order of their energy. Alright? So the lowest energy level is filled first, Navi. The lowest energy level is filled first. Okay? When it is full of electrons, the new level begins. Alright? That is the principle. That is the Obo principle. Harry? Agree with me? The orbitals are filled. Orbitals are filled. Come on. Orbitals are filled in the
Increasing order.
increasing order of their energy. That means, first, the lowest energy is filled with electrons. If it is full, and if there is excess electron, the excess electron can enter the next higher energy level, and so on. Okay? So, by the Obo principle, we can write the electronic configuration of atoms. And we have to get the energy, sequence of energy, the order of energy. And to get the energy of the orbital, what we have to do? We have to think of the n plus L value. And what is the suggestion given by n plus L rule? Gauri? N plus L value. Gauri?
Smaller and
Smaller, yes,
plus
smaller,
L.
yes, you are there, correct. Smaller n plus L value is having lower energy.
Lower energy.
Okay. If two orbitals, wait, if two orbitals are having the same energy, Gauri, you just wait. If two orbitals are having the same energy, then what we have to think of? Which is having the lower energy?
We have to look the principal quantum.
Yeah, come on.
Smaller and
Smaller n value, yes, correct. Smaller n value will be having lower energy. That is the sequence. Okay. So, if it is so, what will be the order of the energies of the various orbitals? The order is like this. Say 1s, 2s, 2p, then 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, then 4p, okay? So 1 is less than, 2 is less than, 2p less than, 3 is less than, 3p less than, 4 is less than, then 3d, that is less than 4p, etc., etc. You at least remember, at least this much. At least this much you remember to write the electronic configuration. 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. After 3p, you know, in the third shell, there are 3 subshells. 3 subshells. 3s, 3p, and 3d. Although 3D belongs to the third shell, the energy of the 3D will be less than energy of 3D will be less than the energy of 4s. Remember up to this you remember. So 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p. You let me include this also. Up to this. At least this you study. That is enough for us for the time being. 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, then 4s, 3d, and 4p. Okay. That is the order of the energy. Okay. The possible questions are like this. You will be given some orbitals. Say for example, I have taken examples here. Some examples are taken, that is given in your notes. There are 6s, 3p, 3f, and 4d. For F, 6s, 2p and 3d are given to you. Suppose these are given, examples given. For F, then 6s, then 2p and 3d. These are the 4 orbitals given to you. And you are asked to arrange these orbitals in the increasing order. How can you find out the energy of the orbital? You find out the n plus L value. N plus L value, Emmanuel, for F. What is the n plus L value? N is equal to
4.
or F is equal to
5.
eh?
5.
F4. F4. S, P, D, F. 0, 1, 2, 3. Why do you so easily forget, man? Still it is not thorough. You make it thorough. Make it sure. Okay. So what will be the value? Come on. 4 plus. Yes, 4 plus. F value. F. S, P, D, F. 0, 1, 2, 3.
3.
3. So that is equal to 7.
7.
7. You come to 6 years. Come on. Principal quantum number. 6 plus
0.
0. So the value that is equal to 6. Come to 2p. Principal quantum number 2 plus azimuthal quantum number. Come on. Fast. Azimuthal.
1.
1. SP 0, 1. So this is equal to
3.
3. Now come to 3D. 3 plus
2.
D. 0, 1, 2, 2. And that is equal to 5.
5.
Now you have got the various values. You can arrange this in the increasing order. So which is having the lowest energy? Emmanuel?
2p.
2p. So 2p less than. Next one?
3d.
3d. Yes, correct. 3d.
6s.
6s.
4f.
Less than 4f. That is the order of the energies, various levels given to you. If I can do all these things, a fool like me can do this, then why can't the wise people like you can't do? You can. Just to try, that's all. You are not trying for that. That's the reason. Okay. So, with the help of this, we can write the possible values, the order of the orders. Next day, we can see the arrangement of electrons in the various orbitals of the various shells, the various atoms that we can see the next day. Thank you.